No. Get out of here.
Bye guys. Hi ladies. Bye.
Okay. Now. I haven't even shown my face. Excuse me, I'm a little hot, so. Okay. Beth, thank you for redeeming first. Welcome in. Kate, welcome in. Both you guys, thank you for redeeming your daily star candies. And what the heck is going on? Stop. I just like blow dried my hair, so I'm like. Alan, hello, welcome in. What is going on? Hi everyone. I feel like I haven't streamed in forever. I'm feeling a little more refreshed after taking one stream day last week, and for those of you who are in my Discord, my schedule's a little loose schedule, because I am gonna just take some time and reassess and think about my schedule into the next year. Bug, hello, welcome in. Yes, after Hotbot. Hotbot was so good, guys, this weekend. Half the time I think I was just quietly like humming and like just eating. But it was lots of fun with everyone. It was so fantastic. But yeah, I'm excited, and I feel like me starting now is a pretty good time to start, actually. I wanted to start earlier before so I could like get streaming done and then eat and then do all that. But so far I got home and my goal is to exercise about, I want to walk or run about 30 minutes every day I'm streaming, because my goal in the new year is to try and hit like 10K steps a day. Just for me personally, I want to try and hit that goal. Maybe 10K steps every other day, and then at least half that the other days. That is a goal of mine. So I just, yeah. So I hit the gym before this, I showered, I ate my little meal prep that I did, and here we are. I've already had dinner, I've always showered, I've already worked out, and I'm ready to hang out. You know? I think this might work out good for us, so. And I think it will give me more time and energy, and yeah, I think it will just allow me personally to feel like I'm accomplishing more. You know? Wild, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. How are you? I will say, guys, I cannot stop thinking about Infinity Mickey, and everyone's playing it. It's quite literally, I can't. I'm pretty sure I talked about it like at least half the time while I was at Hotpot too. Which is funny. But yeah.
Bye guys.
No! I mean, thank you, Wild. Alan, enjoy your sub, please. Keep your money. Save it for your loved ones, alright? It is, please. I appreciate it though. Thank you so much. Is that my password? We're getting...
Oh,
Party, yeah. Biggie, please. We're getting a mount? Oh, I see. But we want to support you. I see. Alright. I'm just a means to an end. Michelle, Miggy, think you're doing your daily star candies. It's fine. I'm only gonna cry about it later. buy or give 3 subs to people streaming for a cute snowman mount. Oh, very, very nice. A cute little snowman guy. A little guy. Oh my god, Kiko's coming to say hello too. Say hello. Hello. Come over here. Look over here. Come on, baby. What? It allows me to open the hype chest now? Interesting. Interesting. I didn't know that. Alright, let me click. Let me click. Let's start loading in. So that's what we're not gonna do. I think that's what we might do. So, Erica, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. How are you? I forgot to post going live. I forgot to post it. Gucci, welcome in. You see me taking my little photo? Alright, hold on. Let me do this 2 seconds. I apologize. I literally haven't played this in a week, so I've been missing it. And I know I'm getting pretty close-ish to the end of this act. And then I start the big guy, the next big guy, which is another part of the story that I don't know the name of, you know? Because, you know, I only learn where I am in at the story when I'm, like, finishing it. I'm like, where am I? Where am I? Rob, hello, welcome in. That is a full inventory, yeah. Yeah, that is. Yeah, Beth has plans to come over and fix it for me because hee. Yeah, 3 slots. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. I posted my going live. Chaos, welcome in. How are you? It's so nice to see you. Kiko is so pretty. Okay, low key, guys. Miggy today liked something on Instagram, and it came up on my Instagram, and it was like a cat contest. It was like, do you want your cat to do it? And I was like, yeah, Kiko's pretty. So I signed her up for it, and she got accepted, but like, it's like your family and friends have to like vote, and I'm like, oh, never mind. I have friends and family, but I have very blessed friends and family, but just not too many, you know? And I feel like other people have many. I just yeah. Thank you. I just blow dried it. Normally I let it air dry after I normally shower like after stream and stuff. But since today I decided to work out before stream and do all that, I took a shower and I blow dried it so I wouldn't have wet hair. But thank you, I appreciate it. Hello?
Bye guys.
No!
Bye, ladies. Bye.
Chaos. Chaos, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Holy heck. Yes. Yes, you were told correct. Literally, I keep moving her tail so I can play the game, and she keeps moving it back. She keeps moving it back. Okay, there they are. See, look, I don't know why it's doing this again. Why did it stop so long and then now it's doing the same shitnits again? Please let me know if my voice is too loud or too soft or whatever. Me too, Thancred.
God, I needed that.
He's so hot.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Yeah.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance.
It sounds good, okay. Restarted the game by chance? See, I've done that before. You said you think it helped that one time? Okay, okay. I'll try after this little thing and see if it helps. And if not, we're stuck.
But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation.
You know what, magical blow dryer? I
We
literally
have the shinobi to thank for spreading the
have a
word.
cheap ass
They
blow
have worked
dryer.
tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long
I was like,
way.
this one's pretty, and I've had it for like about 5 years now.
There is at least a spark of hope then.
Windowed borderless than just windowed, so that might be your issue as well. Okay.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
Not this like whole scene going on, and it's like talking about oppression and like trying to win freedom and liberty, and you guys are like, straight? No. No, thank you. Straight? Nah.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
Beth. Gays only. Plus Kira. Our token straight. I can't. I can't. I did. I'm gonna try, we're gonna change it to windowless whatever the other one is, you said. And then we're also gonna restart after this scene.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes, an Ascian wears his skin.
An Ascian wears his skin?
But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding in there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
Who?
You spoke with Alphino?
Who?
Spoke with? No. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd.
That means absolutely
Something must have
nothing.
happened to them there.
Dear Lord. Bye.
There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
The burn.
I had a
Okay.
feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies.
I'm like... She's like...
So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
They literally let him go to the Empire alone. Like, of course he would be in trouble. What were we expecting?
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
What are you guys yapping about? You guys are so funny. Zub burn with the Japanese voice actors, actually. Oh my gosh. Okay, is it still doing it? It is. Okay. I am in borderless windowed. Is that what I need to? Let me scroll up. Windowed borderless. Run smoother, runs than just windowed. See, I am in that. Alright, we're gonna restart and see what it does. I plead the 5th chaos. Oh, I already exited out. You have the height and width off? Oh, okay. Okay. Guess we'll try this again. When it's being shipped, I hope someone else didn't buy you one. No one's bought me anything. What do you mean? I don't need a crock pot. Why is one being shipped in my general direction, Chaos? Like, Chaos, you're too nice to me. I can't. This? Is the 1920 my width and my height, 1080? I can't even change it. I'm confused. Oh, okay. Change the numbers. Okay. There we go. Because of the easy recipes you could make for Hanukkah. True. Thank you for spelling it the dyslexic friendly way. I appreciate it. Yeah, it did. It did. Hopefully it will not glitch, but it worked from here on. I was able to change it to what you said, and we'll see. Let me go grab my water for a second, actually, because it's across the room. Actually, it's in the kitchen. Do you know what I need to do too? I gotta check my laundry really quick. Hold on. Entertain yourselves. I'll be like 2 seconds. But don't entertain yourselves too much. Okay. Never mind. Your meal prep will get easier, and there's so much chili and stuff you can just throw in. Yes. I'm ready. Like, I'm gonna start posting I'm ready to make a lot of soups this winter. I've been preparing, and I'm excited. I want to make a bunch of different soups and chilies and stuff. Let me... Okay. Oh. Oh, that worked. I'm knocking on wood because it hasn't been that long. Phrasing. Bum bum. Holy shiitake, are you kidding me? God, I need to fly in this area because it would be... make my life 10 times. It didn't work. I jinxed myself. Gosh darn it. I beeline Aether Currents now? These maps are getting huge. I know, right? I really should just look it up and just do the same thing, but... the girl has not done that. I'm hoping to maybe finish one more portion of post Stormblood tonight. And then I'll be on 5.4. And then we'll only need one more, I think. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, this is annoying. It's okay though. It'd be like that. And for a reason, I do not know. My what? Teleport menu? Travel. Teleport. Wow. Why does that never come up? They say not to fear the Reaper, but I think I would be totally scared of Kira. I thank you. I wonder why it never shows up. It like always takes me to the other map. But that's okay. Escal, hello, welcome in. I don't know if I've said hello, but welcome in. I don't know why I'm staying here. Please show me inside, good sir. Oh, this one. Speaking of... Alright. Feel the burn me earlier. Truly. Sand in the fire, DPS higher. Ayo. What? I gotta go up. Holy shit nits. The burn. How accessible. Does anyone wanna do the burn with me? The burn. That's the Black Mage mantra. Cause once those ley lines are down, they will not move. Oh, interesting. I had no idea. Once I get Reaper to, like 75, I should really pick up Sage as well. Oh, you're playing right now? How does this work? We have to become friends. Let's see. Friend list. You gotta look up, if you go to your friend list and you can player search, you can search my name. Malayans. Their lands give them casting speed and spell damage. That's what makes them nukes. Healing a black mage is a nightmare, I'm sure. You're so close to unlocking Dancer. Let's go, Chaos. Yeah, just a little dance. Yes. Type in this name here on screen. And then you should be able to add me like that. I'm trying to see if I can get rid of. Okay. Does the server matter? My server's Framford. I don't think it does. I'm gonna be real, I've never had someone add me. So search conditions, you could just do like my name, and then I'm in... I don't think the world matters very much. Oh, okay. We gotta be on the same server. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Can you promote me to party leader so Alan can play with us too, if you guys don't mind? Since they just added me. Oh god. It can be another role, okay. I can also change as well. There we go. I have black mage, that's okay. Look at your fairy wings. Those are sick. Like butterfly fairy wings. Ah! They flutter! That's so cute. Oh my god, Beth, you're literally right in front of me and I didn't see you. I saw your little minion before I saw you. Your outfit's so cute. And your little axe, adorable. Alright. Party of other players. The burn. I was distracted and we dropped, got you. Yeah, we dive bombed you and then I see, I see. I know. Because you were right here. At this fight. I was tired. Give a girl a break. I was tired.
Make ready, friends.
I know, I know.
We are come to the burn.
All right. We are come to the burn, guys.
Everyone, land where you can. We must wait out the storm.
Not me being the last one to dive down. Okay, this music though. Slaps. Let's go, let's go. Oh my god, Alan, you're a Lalafell. Love it. Wait, I have to stop that. Easy. Whoa. The bleached shelf. Alright. Whoa. Let's get this guy out of here. Oh. Okay. Thank you. God bless you. I understand a little bit better now. Sheesh. Oh. I literally just ran straight into that. I made it! That's unfair. Whew. Sorry guys. I don't know. I swear I made it out. I swear. Okay. No sorry. Okay. Yay. Oh, I ran straight into that. There we go. Oh no. Okay. Holy sheesh. What? Oh. I see. So get to the sides. Get to the sides. Okay. This music, though. Whoa. Okay. What the heck? Ew. I don't like this big worm. Oh no. Thank you. Ew, more worms. What are we in Dune? Worms in a desert? Crazy. Cutscene. Okay. It really was. I was like, oh no. That worm is really coming after you. Do we have to? Yeah, the worms are so annoying. This is so cool. I like this guy. Oh god. I didn't mean to. Oh no. There I go. Oh. Oh my god. So close, guys. So close. Beth, I don't know how you survived that. It was like an instant kill for the rest of us. Truly. Warrior beefy. We got pretty close. The swoop attack is, yeah. Honestly, some of those attacks, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I didn't have to move at all. The first worm. I truly do feel like we're in Dune right now. Bum, bum. All right. Yeah, this one over here. Oh, nice, guys. We got a bigger gap this time. Oh, you don't think you've done this one since you've done MSQ? This one's really cool so far, I must say. Vic, hello, welcome in. My love, how are you? Oh, I didn't make that one. Oof. Thank ya, thank ya. Doing alright. How are you, Vic? I guess spend money on skips. Too fancy for the holiday sale? Wait. What's going on? On skips and Fantas? Oh, okay, okay. What is the holiday sale? I'm guessing it's pretty good. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Congrats. Oh, on holiday items specifically. That makes sense. Just a sleepy guy and need to go on holiday. Yeah. I thankfully got all mine done super quickly. Let's go! Yay! Thanks for doing it with me. I don't want it. Appreciate it. And skips and Fantas. Noted. Noted, noted. The skips are like when you skip ahead in the story, right?
Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I'm quite ready to leave this wasteland. But first things first. Do you see the crashed ship over yonder?
In job
Judging
levels.
by its
Oh,
class,
okay, interesting.
It must be the vessel that bore Master Alphinaud away.
GG's. For your ults, it's really good. Yeah. That's how they get ya. They make stuff like this and they're like, hey, not only are you gonna pay us monthly to play this game, you're also gonna buy it, buy an expansion, and then also buy
It would seem they were involved in a struggle.
clothes and everything else you can imagine. Bruh.
There may be
Duolingo.
clues. We should split up and search the area.
Duolingo is coming at me. It's only 8 o'clock. Oh.
There's no sign of Alphinaud, nor of Maxima and his people.
These were no ordinary soldiers.
No ordinary
Over
soldiers. I wish I had Helson's
The
here.
insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard.
It's like thick and luscious and long.
Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were
Wait,
fighting
it's
that
snowing? That's so fun.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That
Wifey,
Alphinaud is his
welcome
prisoner?
in. Hope you're doing well.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphinaud is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
Look, she is so guilt-ridden. Why did we let him go alone? If this was it, why did we let him go
I suggest we
alone?
return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphinaud is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
You, I think, arrived in a great moment. Yes. All good. Lurk away, wifey. Oh, my love.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
I'm sorry. I have... It's so hard for me. It is so hard to have sympathy right now. It's fine. Alright. Shadows in the Empire. You think a Borat? That's so funny. My wife. I know exactly. Why are we back here? Why are we back here? I thought we were just in the desert. Are we not continuing to search the desert? The writers need to let me write this game. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Come on. Oh,
Lise, what brings you here?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lise, where'd you come from?
Oh, Alliance business. We have a request for Doma. Well, Hian. But that can wait. They told me you were out searching for Alphino. Did you manage to pick up his trail?
I know her hair is so great.
Well, if he wasn't at the crash site, he might still have escaped. We have to keep searching.
And we will. Alphino embarked on this journey as an emissary of Dorma, and I hold myself responsible for his safe return. I will have our shinobi in the provinces search for him as a matter of urgency. Chin up, Alize. You'll get to admonish your brother for his recklessness yet.
I don't understand.
Well, someone has to do it.
I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is one thing I'm not... You said it was the Emperor's personal guard that... But the Popularis would never have been able to arrange the prisoner exchange without Varys' blessing. So why would he sabotage...
They may not have been acting on Varys' orders. The guard answer not only to him, but to his family. The Crown Prince included.
Dun dun
When Yotsuyu summoned
dun.
Tsukuyomi, Asahi was quick to proclaim that a Dorman citizen had violated the terms of our agreement, that the negotiations had failed. And it is this version of events that is now being repeated across Garlemald. To hear the tale, one would think the prisoner exchange never took place. Plainly, someone is manipulating matters from the shadows. Most likely Xenos, or whoever it is that wears his face.
So, are they speculating that Xenos is actually dead, but someone's
Whichever
like
Asien
just
you
in
mean.
his body?
We all know the nature of our adversary.
Yeah. What?
The servants of chaos are true to their name. Their meddling has cost Dorma a chance at peace. Whoever it was that loosed his personal guard, the Emperor cannot be ignorant of these developments. We must proceed on the assumption that our treaty is indeed in tatters.
So, is Xenos an Asien or is he Xenos? Was a bit confused on how that worked exactly, yeah. Because an Asien...
But come, Lise. You have journeyed far. Let me hear your petition.
Excuse me. An Asien took,
Right. So the big news
over
is that Alamigo has agreed
Bancrad's
to
body
join the
as well.
Aeldian Alliance.
Oh, let's go.
To make it official and discuss where we all go from here, the leaders of the 5 nations are planning to hold a meeting, and we were hoping you might come too. We've already seen what we can achieve when we work together, and the Alliance hopes to work even more closely in future. They think it's our best hope of keeping the Garleans
He
in
said
check, and I agree.
Xenocian. I want to say so much, but I will refrain. Yes, yes. I'm speaking out loud. And I will eventually find out.
By coordinating our efforts in the east and,
And
west,
you'll be like,
we may be able to discourage them from
see?
committing their forces to a single front. I accept your invitation. I must, however, ask for time to attend to some pressing matters here. In light of recent events, the risk of Imperial reprisals is greater than ever, and I would not leave Dorma unguarded. Ere I depart, I must shore up her defenses.
You'd be like,
Understood.
oh
I'll let the
snap!
Alliance know.
Truly. I mean, like I was like,
We'll
when
wait to hear from you before setting a
Xenos was
date.
alive.
The meeting's to be held at the Royal Palace in Alamigo, incidentally.
Well enough. Please assure my hosts that I will not keep them waiting any longer than I have to.
Consider it done. And thank you for agreeing to come. If we all put our heads together, we're sure to find the best way forward. For everyone.
Let's go, Lise. Let's go, Lise. All right. Okay. So basically, I feel like this is all build up for us going into the Empire. Yeah, I wonder if the Emperor knows that his son is an Ascian. Or has, like, caught wind of anything. He really didn't care about his son either, so... Golly. Gotta just go back. Perfect, almost. Alright. Kian, I'm back. Who is that guy? Well, they just put two characters.
If we are to ready ourselves for invasion, we shall need manpower, provisions, and time, all of which are in notably short supply.
Candid as ever, Yugiri, and correct, I concede. Fortunately, I have an idea.
Do you? Do you, Hian?
'Tis plain no single nation can stand against the might of the Empire. And it was only with the aid of others that Dorma succeeded in winning her freedom. So, I mean to take a leaf out of our Eorzean friends' book and form an alliance of our own.
Okay.
In addition to those with whom we already share an understanding, I would reach out to Hingashi and Suinosato, and further afield to the myriad peoples of Nangsha and Dalmasca. I am under no illusion. Not all will answer the call. Yet disparate though we may be, we are united in our desire for freedom. If our neighbors could be made to see what is at stake, Ascian machinations and all, cooperation need not be so far-fetched a notion.
Yeah, I don't understand because,
It
like,
may even
if
seem practical.
Doma falls again, they would be next. Especially if they're, like, right
Under the guidance
beside.
of our former leader, Master Louis Soir, we once strove to unite the fractious city-states of Eorzea. I dare say that experience shall be of use in your endeavor.
We should be
Alright.
glad of your wisdom.
For the record, I would have been in favor of this plan even if it hadn't been my grandfather's, but I have to ask, how will we secure the time to carry it out? Not
Why-
that anyone has forgotten.
That was
but the
not
Garleans
necessary
have
to put in
airships,
there.
Lots and lots of airships. Should they catch wind of our plan, they could send an armada to overwhelm us before our alliance had even begun to take shape.
Not if we deny them access to the skies. During our time in the Burn, the Warrior of Light and I chanced upon some Allagan ruins.
Oh?
As such ruins go, they were not particularly unusual. But something about the surrounding land struck me as odd. Faint though it was, its ethereal residue was uncannily similar to that of Azizlar. Identical, in fact.
Okay.
For locations so far removed to share a single etheric signature is all but impossible. I conclude, therefore, that the Allagans created the floating continent with land taken from the Burn.
While that is a most intriguing theory, I fail to see what relevance it has to Dorma's defense.
Yukiri, let her explain.
Azizlar was enclosed in a powerful energy barrier, impenetrable even to an Agrius-class battleship. It occurred to me that those ruins may have enjoyed similar protection. I have no proof, but the Warrior of Light did report seeing a structure resembling other known Allagan field generators.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But even if we could put up such an energy barrier, it surely wouldn't extend beyond the limits of the Burn. So what's to stop the Garleans flying around it?
Fuel. The Dalmascan capital, Rabanasta, was a key Imperial refueling point in the east. By laying waste to it as a lesson to the rest, the Empire greatly hindered its own operations in the region.
Okay.
If an Imperial fleet were to advance upon Dorma, it would now have little choice but to travel, as the crow flies, over the Burn.
I see.
A word of caution. Even assuming the generator still functions, raising a barrier of such a scale will require a prodigious amount of energy. And few places are so bereft of suitable crystals as the Burn.
Okay.
A source of energy. Tell me, did the Allagans make a habit of launching things into the sky?
A curious question. Besides Azizlar, I know of only one other notable instance. The Red Moon Dalamud, whose fall triggered the calamity.
Just the two occasions, you say? Then I believe I may have a solution to our energy problem.
You do?
I may. To find out for sure, we would need to visit the Azim Steppe. Which would, I now see, present the perfect opportunity to discuss an alliance with the Zayla tribes. How very neat. What say you then? Shall...
Oh, I clicked too fast. All right. Power in slumber. Oh. Tune this to help with organizing. Okay, cool. So she's going back to the burn. The rest of us are going to try and get this alliance set up. Unskip. Let's go. It'd be like that. It's okay. I am probably going to be spending some money on Infinity Nikki later, so no judgment here. No judgment for me. And I can't talk because I play Valorant and I spend money on those gun skins, so. And in and out, and in and out.
I will never tire of this vista. The endless fields, the boundless skies. 'Tis a sight to make a man forget his cares.
But not his purpose, I trust. Might this be a fitting moment to tell us what we are doing here?
2 extra retainers, let's go.
Of course. During my time with the mole, I learned some few myths of this land. One goes thus. In the distant past, when all seemed doomed, a wayfaring soul came unto the steppe. Venturing into the northern crag, he received of Nama a sliver of her essence, a shard of the shining moon, and with it clove the tainted land from the earth. The end thus averted, to these fields did the wayfaring soul return, and venturing once more into the northern crag, he buried the shard, and made unto the heavens an offering of blood.
A tainted land cloven from the earth and an offering of blood to the heavens. Azizlar and Dalamud.
That was my thinking, yes.
And you believe that yonder mountains hide an artifact possessed of sufficient power to raise Azizlar up to the heavens. I suppose that might suffice.
Okay.
Worth a closer look, would you say?
I would.
We got 3 level skips on G-Pose, 4 plus main story quests, and 1 phantom, 5 on Nanyum. Oh my gosh, let's go. Makes crafting much easier. Wait, so you can like set your retainers to craft? 3 of mine are maxed out on crafting mats. Or do they just hold all the crafting materials for you? Oh, they hold all the materials. Okay, so you don't have to track them down every time. Noted, noted. Makes sense. Ew, look at all those guys. I do miss the mole. I would like this area a lot. Hello? Thank you. Hunters are also useful for annoying drop rates from enemies. Oh yeah. How to speedrun level 100 and TT on ult. Money. Money, money. Yay! Our girl! Ooh. Alright, we gotta go check this out in the cave. I think it's in the cave. How? How does one... How does one... I see. I have to go up and around and up and around. Around and around and around we go. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know either, Ascal. It perplexes me. Apparently it fixes itself. I don't know why. I've been trying to figure it out for months. My computer just does little funnies, you know? It likes to be original.
Such an abundance of ether.
Are we in luck?
Truly, we do.
We are. This is an elegant artifact, most likely built to regulate the flow of ether.
Truly.
I strongly suspect the ancients
And I can
used
take you
it
guys
stem
to
flow
the
from
new
here to the
grocery
burn.
store, too.
That would explain how they were able to untether what became Azizlar from its surroundings.
Yeah, I've
But were we to throw
tried
open the
looking. I
floodgates,
genuinely have
the
no
resultant
idea.
deluge would surely be sufficient to raise our wall.
Like,
And
truly?
in restoring the flow, we may also restore life to the wasteland.
I have been going back and forth with it. I deleted all of my audio. I uninstalled OBS. I re-downloaded, redid all my audio, and it's still, like, crunchy and weird. I will definitely let you know if we figure it out buggy. Yeah, a new grocery store. Yeah, they opened up like a really big Asian grocery store here.
What is it?
While the device itself harbors a surfeit of ether, the opposite is true of the surrounding area.
So I don't have Windows.
An effect of regulation, perhaps. A similar phenomenon seemed to be occurring in Doma.
1%? I never bought Windows for my computer, and so I don't have Windows.
Whatever the explanation, the answer
I guess
will not
it's
reveal
10
itself
then.
here.
So whenever I got it, I got
We've
10.
seen what we
But I've
needed to
never
see.
purchased Windows.
Let us return to Mol Ilo.
And every time there's a little thing in the corner here and it says purchase Windows. You guys can't see it, but it's on my screen. Oh, it's just not activated. Okay, okay. I've never bought it. I did log in like 2 days ago and it was like, you have Windows now. And I was like, oh, okay. And it like forcibly made me do it after how it's been like 3 years, 2 years. It said, no, 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 we're done. We're done with this. You're done. We're moving on. 10%? You guys have low butt nuts. Oh, 49. No. They're not letting me live my life. 85%? Chaos just had to come in and take the W. %, nice. 92, Alan won. Wait! Alan won the butt nut. Beth is at 98, nice. That is real nice. Got so much nut in this butt, please. 23% nice. Bug, what happened? Bug, what happened? Oh, that makes sense for me. I did just fall off a cliff. On purpose, but yeah. Feeling mean, truly. I'm not crossing a Bug's path because Bug is feeling mean today. I don't want to be the receiving of mean. Alright. Truly, I can't imagine Bug really being mean. I could never be mean to you. I don't know about that. I can be annoying. Alright. Sure, okay, Kira. That's like whatever floats your boat. Whatever you gotta tell yourself. Oh my gosh. Leave me alone, guy. I don't want to fight. Okay. I don't know why I didn't unlock. Oh, excuse me. Over here, if I've... I feel like I did unlock, but maybe not. Oh no, my voice is getting like crackly. Am I getting sick? That means I can't work out, guys. That's not good. I have yoga this week. Oh no. I think I'll be okay. I think I just need to drink more water. I just need to be more hydrated. Not the sick, truly. I'll drink some tea too. That's a good idea. Oh no. Oh, Hien, I didn't mean to talk to you, my love. I'm sorry, Escal. I promise I won't get you sick. I got him soup. Let's go. I have been very not as hydrated as I normally am. So maybe that's also a thing. And like I worked out, so it's like let me just take a step back. Back this way. My goal also in the new year is to 100% try and stay committed to like drinking at least 2 of these a day. Like full 2, maybe 3. Maybe even 4 if I'm feeling it. But I truly need to be a lot more hydrated. A good friend of mine and I got sick the same day. What? With pneumonia? He kept joking again to the kicker. She lives in Northern Ireland. That's still... You guys definitely got each other sick. It's like telepathic sick. You know what I mean? Oh, I have to, I have to leave party for this one. Duty time. It was a computer virus, exactly. God, she's so pretty.
Yes! This spot shall serve as well as any. I shall enjoy this harn.
Is this truly necessary?
Mommy,
Have you no peaceable
sorry.
way of
Mommy,
making
sorry.
decisions?
Speak not of peace. You stand before proud warriors of the Dathal. In the heat of battle do our souls burn brightest.
Okay.
We lay low the strong that we may rise higher.
Nice pun, Eskel. She gives me the blues.
That is our way. The way of might. There is no other.
Oh, they didn't want for conviction.
God, her voice actress is so nice.
Indeed. It's what makes them such...
Oh, sorry,
Enough talk.
Ian.
It is time to fight.
Okay. I still got the blues for sad. Now, how does that make sense?
In death do our souls sing.
What audio? Oh! Whoa! Now then.
In death do our souls sing.
Yeah, she is spicy. Alright, 3 times the charm. Oh! Oh, I need to get rid of these suckers fast. Why do they become... why can't I attack? Okay. Okay. 4 times the charm. I was wrong about 3.
In death do our souls sing.
What? Oh, that's some BS, my guy. Total BS.
In death do our souls sing.
That, no ma'am.
In death do our souls sing.
Do they? Do they, Miss Ma'am? Oh, do I keep hitting the wrong thing. I think that's what's happened. Okay. Whew. No. No. What? Get the fuck out of here. What the frugal nuts is that? Fudge everything else. I'm just going for you, Miss Ma'am. Oh. Maybe that wasn't the best idea?
In death do our souls sing!
Holy shiitake mushrooms. No! I was so freaking close. That is cheating. Yes, we're going easy now. I'm freaking tired. I don't want to see this again. God, I was this close. I needed one more hit. I also died, yeah. It's hard. Whoopee. Yep. Being hit by that.
In death do our souls sing!
Holy sheesh.
In death do our souls sing! In death do our souls sing! In death do our souls sing!
Okay. Holy sh...
How it burns!
Thank the Lord. I'm still so mad. I had one more hit. One more hit. The first time.
Yes! Not since the Nardum has my soul burned so!
Okay.
Come! We have only just begun.
I don't know about that. I'm done. I'm done. I'm tapping out.
Enough! You were not granted leave to set the steppe ablaze.
You know, I like him in this moment. In this moment only.
Well, the sun has come out to play.
Be gone, Moonstruck Oranir! I am busy!
Fool of a Dothal! Have you forgotten the face of your master already?
Oh!
The sun will never set! From his seat on high, he reigns over all, now and forever.
Oh!
Yet what should he find here but a battle to determine the fate of the steppe? A battle waged without his blessing. This will not stand. You, Doman! You who come to petition the warriors of this land, forget that all Nama's children are wards of the Oranir. As first among my brothers, your petition is mine alone to judge.
Wait. Aren't I in charge of this land now? Because I won the thing.
Ugh, these words are as wind from a horse's backside. Plentiful, but your axe sings more sweetly. Let her speak for you.
Oh my god, am I gonna have to fight him?
Insolent child.
Dear Lord.
Forgive me, Brother Magnai, but we have an arrangement with the Dothal. We will not abide any interruptions.
So be it. The sun will pass judgment on all.
Another. The Molar in charge and you're their champion. Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
The sun is in good company.
Beg not for mercy, for you will have none. Bear witness.
Constantly at each other's throats like rabid dogs. Gods, I'm turning into her. I have not the patience for this. But if we must fight, let us at least be brief. Come.
We love an ego. I love her so much. Oh, she's so great. I've missed her. Oh. Uh-huh. Okay.
Kneel or die!
Yeah. I feel like she should be higher level than this, but it's fine. Oopie. Didn't mean to hit it twice, but that's okay. Is White Mage better than Conjurer?
Heal or die!
White Mage is oh, okay, okay. Wait, so White isn't she technically a White Mage?
Bow down before me!
That's my bad. I didn't understand the assignment. Amazing.
Heal or die!
Can I click on Hien, please?
Bow down before me! Heal or die! Bow down before me! Tremble before the sun!
Okay. Oh, to him. Okay.
Let us be about it.
Didn't do her guild quest, it seems, truly. She's neither Warrior of Light nor... she's not allowed, true. Okay, valid. What? What is this? What? No. Oh! Oh, I can just button mash. Oh.
Aoife, to me.
Okay, well, this is cool. However, she can do that. However, that's kind of cool. It's like I'm like watching all my like companions and I'm like, ooh, they kind of suck. And they pull out something like that and I'm like, wait, where did that come from? Not that she sucks. It's just she seems underleveled, you know?
Never have I felt such bliss in defeat.
Okay.
'Twas a battle to burn soul and flesh to ash. We Dothal will lend you our strength as promised. Narma's power is yours to wield.
She was out of the game for a while, truly. She was on a side quest that left her stalled for a bit. Yeah, their limit breaks, insane.
What What does the sun say to that?
The sun is not driven by base motives such as yours. But they have been judged and found worthy.
Haven't we already fought them? I'm confused. Do we just have to keep fighting them for them to find us worthy?
It is the way of the Oranir to accord recognition and respect to the strong. You have made sufficient proof of your strength.
You have our thanks. We are glad to call you allies.
Okay.
You? By what are you called?
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking to me. I was like, we've met!
You stole her. Why?
Oh my god, does he have a crush on her?
Are you my Nama?
Is he in love with her? Let's go. They like it when you beat them. Please.
I beg your pardon?
Me? Excuse me, what? What?
In battle, you shone with all the majesty of the full
Oh,
moon's
he's
light.
so in love with her.
Your healing touch, the embodiment of the Dusk Mother's love.
Wait, why'd you turn
Long
volume
have I
off for this
wondered
part?
if my Nama might not be a woman of the steppe. Beholding you, I am all but certain.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now, look into my eyes. Could it be? Could you be?
Is this like when,
I am. Not interested, little son. Try again when you've become a man. She can't look into his eyes either. She's kind of blind. Yeah, little.
Little son! Little son!
Oh no.
Does it pain you, little son? Crave you salve
Oh, she's
to
eating
soothe the
this.
ache? Fire to sear the wound in your heart?
She literally was like, oh, I got served a feast today. Not only did I do amazing in this fight and I feel great, and would I get to make fun of my enemy?
We have wasted enough time here. Siren awaits for word of our success.
That's so funny. His voice irritated. That's valid. That's valid. We said, okay, bye. Have fun fighting. We're leaving. Your wife is leaving, little son. Yeah, she's just like, okay, bye. Bye, I'm off. I liked that a lot. Not my problem. She said we've done what we came here to do, and we're off. And we're off. Oh, as the burn. Savage. So valid. Oh, damn it. I got to go back there. I wish you called me little son. Truly. I'd be blushing and shit. I'd be like, oh. I also fixed the TikTok clip too, so amazing. Look, because I still don't understand this game, but Substreak lives on. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. 32 months is actually crazy. Kate, you just looking out for me. And she gonna be posted. I'm just waiting for TikTok to like be banned though. Too much so I could pass you things. Please. I don't think it will be sold, no. I think it will just keep getting pushed back. I was a good chunk through ARR before understanding this game. Yeah, I was in Heaven's Ward before understanding this game. So not even in like the first section. I was like, huh? I haven't really followed any of it. I don't really know much of it either. I just keep hearing it's gonna be sold. So I'm like, oh, well, there goes one thing. Oh, it's gonna be banned, not sold, sorry. Oh no. And I know basically when they told them the first time that they need to sell it, or they're gonna ban it, they were just like, F off. So. And then she goes and does something like this. Like, come on. Level 70 Conjurer? Get out of here. Erica knew something you didn't, Beth. About Final Fantasy? Crazy.
Did it work?
It did. Ether may flow freely to the burn once more.
Let's go. I have a feeling my girl's like eating at her life force, and I just don't like thinking about that. That just makes me sad. Come on. I know. Beth taught me this earlier. God bless you, Beth, because I would have been running again. I just feel like less content equals bad. That's what they want us to engage in less content comprehension, which is why they want to ban it, because it's getting more information to us and people are actually starting to think and understand things. I still don't understand anything, so I can like explain like the basics of it if you want, but if not, we can just keep playing Final Fantasy and yapping about other things. I wish it were that thought out, Kira. They just want to make money for their local guys instead of the foreign guys. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the driving factor, right? I think they just also don't like us consuming all of that foreign media and propaganda, whatever, you know. This in general is a joke. Please. Up. It said lots of things that I just clicked through. Cutscenes are playing sequence. Let's go. Does this mean the end of this part? Really?
Mistress Lys,
Oh, amazing.
Commander
The
Aldin,
queen herself.
it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part
I've
the Sands
missed
of the Seventh Dawn
Amric.
have played in
God.
bringing all of us together. In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
Flatter me more,
With apologies
Amric.
to Lord Hien and Mistress Alisaie, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council. I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Elfino. Would that the lad could be with us.
Oh my god, don't get her spiraling.
I too owe my presence here to Elfino. In so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Come, friends. Let us leave the past in the past and turn our eyes to the future. My Lord Hien, pray, tell us how things stand in the east.
Okay. Nice.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
Yeah.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways. If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations. But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
The winds suggest but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river and thence to the source of all our woes.
The Ascians.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
Don't worry, just send me in. That's what you guys always do, right?
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, An assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our
Or
cause.
Thancred, truly.
Even
They
were
sent
it
him
to
in before
succeed,
me to let me know, and then I go
Xtai
in.
used our enemy's preferred tactic. Subterfuge.
Oh.
You have an idea?
Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
Rumors do help a lot, honestly.
Well, it does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
True.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story?
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial House into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as Emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent. Family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however.
Oh.
There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces would be too enticing to ignore.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from a second war of succession.
I am no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act.
Reasonable,
and act we
truly.
must. What say you all?
I'm for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity.
I mean, I don't see a
his plot
downside
that
to this
scuttled
plan,
Doma's
honestly.
Negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
Oh no, oh no. That's not good.
Sorrow. History must be changed.
Okay.
Ahead looms a calamity.
Oh.
Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life.
Oh my god, is this...
Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
There's a voice.
Spies in our midst?
Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Is it over?
Oh!
Master Thancred!
For Fend. Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready.
What?
Swiftly.
Oh my god.
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, my lady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Gods, that only makes it worse. You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right?
Oh my god.
Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors. Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Alize and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
Yep. Yep, I did.
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely?
Yep. Different place.
Your testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. Called.
Called?
I myself examined Thancred. Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul.
What?
That Thancred alone was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether. A consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian, the Hebrea. The owner of the voice, whoever it may be, reached out to you, called your souls, and in so doing, caused you and yours such pain.
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just for...
Thank you, Lys.
Oh my god, guys. What the heck?
As the Elder Seedseer says, 'tis no ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Whoever
La
or whatever
bread.
is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.
I was just about to make a sandwich. Good thing they busted out the Laha bread. Please. Wait, how did you guys vote for that? I totally missed Kit's stream today because I was so busy at work. I was so upset. What did she crochet? I love all her crochets. They're so good. You chose Momo? Oh my god! Momo! Oh my god, I'm so excited to see that. I would pay so much money to receive that from Kit. I would pay in tears and laughter, and honestly, I'd pay in eternal. I'd be forced to be eternally happy. Like, that's it. I'm so excited to see it. That's so exciting. Oh, this guy!
Urianger! Gods, it's good to see you.
I think it's for the giveaway.
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances.
Oh!
I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
You heard it too, then?
Bruh, it's gonna be that other warrior of light. To be like, hey, remember when our world got engulfed?
Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
That I cannot say. Not when so
little
ere I
is
indulge in
known.
speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
Alright, go.
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at two apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin.
You just remind me of Ren when she won the last giveaway. I messaged her to be like, yo, you won. And she called me liar twice before popping in, asking Kit if I was lying. That's so funny.
Naturally,
she was
my
like, I don't
suspicions
believe
first
you.
turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
Oh, excuse me.
If the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Indeed, I shall make it my task to.
Oh! Is he gonna drop dead now?
The voice. It calleth to me once more.
Oh no. Yep.
I hear it too.
Why can't I hear? Oh.
Only you. Only you.
I spoke too soon.
No! Ishtola! Urianger!
Throw wide the gates.
What gates?
No! No, this can't be happening!
Yeah. The voice said, aha, you thought you had companions.
Ishtola!
Not!
Urianger, open your eyes!
Oh god.
Open your eyes, I beg you! Say something! Anything! Not again. Please, not again.
Do you know what kind of sucks? If Alfie is out, like, in the desert hearing this voice too, and, like, no one knows anything, and he just drops. Like, he's not even with us, and it just happens to him too. My guy's just trying to find a way back home, and he's just like, and everyone's like, are you good, my guy? Yeah, that was, fast. That was a lot. Excuse me. I want to know what else is going on. Next Alice is gonna drop because it can only be me. That's what I've gathered. I need to learn my lesson that it can only be me, and whatever gates I need to open, I gotta go swing them open. Snow here. Snow, snow, snow.
Here he is, my lady.
Aw, they're being reunited. Lovely weather, truly.
It's been too long.
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
Aww.
I see. You're still fighting. I'm proud of you.
Okay, mother. She's a mother, guys.
We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet. You know, with the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night? Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens? I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones.
Oh no, she's gonna spiral.
Not like now. I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well. But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them, that I cannot bear. No, I don't. You're right. It's pure arrogance to imagine I can solve everything by myself. You'd think I'd have learned that by now. Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Well, that's more than enough brooding for one day. Come on. We have friends to save.
Aww. On to save our friends. Are we going back to the Rising Stay? The Rising Stones. Okay, yeah. Wow, I feel like I haven't been back here in forever. It's been so long. I did so much side content between, I didn't realize how quick things went. Yeah. Things have been progressing very quickly. There are so many cutscenes. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, Imperial.
The Populares no longer present an obstacle. Now is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your Radiance is all it takes. But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear that feeble nation apart. Have you no words for me? Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary playing the part of a fool. When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire. My deeds stand testament to my commitment. And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you hesitate?
Am I the Icon Slayer?
Our enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, it will not remain so indefinitely.
That's... Didn't I basically kill Xenos?
Deliberate if you must, but be quick about it.
You couldn't swat me like a fly.
You have unburdened yourself of doubt. Until then, I take my leave. Father.
Yeah, like last week. He's like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Should be the one to sigh.
Oh.
I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then, thanks to La Habrea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back. Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree?
Guys.
What? Have you no words for me either? No matter.
Guys.
I've long grown weary of this mummery. Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms. You do not make judgments, you administer them. Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern. Elidibus may be an insufferable bore, but he is no fool. His choices as emissary seldom err. If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it. Be it by your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal. That is why this empire exists, why I built it. Oh dear. Have I touched a nerve? You always were an easy one to read. I pity you, I do. As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know. The Founding Father was an Ascian, and he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos.
This is such a good villain.
Don't take it personally. I merely do my duty. To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power, and there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns. To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alag.
You fiends are overfond of your own voices. Mark me, Ascian. Man is the master of his own destiny.
He's about to, like, resurrect himself. He's for sure a great villain. I can just tell.
Such a waste of time and energy, both yours and mine. Lest you forget, you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you pliant pieces for the game.
Once you guys go in, it's hard to snap out of it.
Stop sulking, boy.
Yeah.
You, of all people, should understand.
Understand
Ours
what?
is a struggle to restore both mankind and the world to their rightful state. Viewed thus, our goals are one and the same.
The lighting in here looks so awesome. Yeah, I kind of like the contrast they're doing from, like, when they're moving around and everything. They invested time and money into that scene. Time and money. If they had truly... Oh my god. If they were able to do, like, that scene now, insane. Insanity. Mind-blowing. I had one, if not my favorite, in cutscenes. That was so good. What in the world? Oh. Is this the voice? Is it affecting... I jinxed it, guys. I jinxed it. Oh, that's not the voice. Is it? The graphics are gorgeous. Truly. Agreed. For how old this game is, it's gorgeous. Dead, all dead, yet I see no wounds or evidence of battle. What the heck? They finally used it. Used what? The Empire developed an alchemical weapon in Gar Abana, a gas black rose. It was called, and to breathe it is to breathe your last. And that did this. I thought the project abandoned and its vile fruit destroyed, but naught else could have wrought such atrocity. That's so sad, man. Fools, what do they hope to gain with this butchery? Could they not see a rule won through terror will not endure? How many more provinces must they lose? Is this... I wonder if he's the nephew that was supposed to take over. You know, that lost the fight, or the uncle, or whatever. Nay, wait, this is not the work of men, but monsters, the Asians. It cannot be a coincidence that their trail led us here. Their objective was to never rule, but to show strife and discord. Such a crime does indeed bear the mark of the bringers of chaos. Black Rose cannot be allowed to kill again. We must find the Asians and put an end to their plot. Why? Literally every time they just take it up a notch.
Though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring.
Truly get into the good stuff.
Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle.
Maybe
And
that's
Elfino's
why.
Still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Let's go! I love her.
Cryle! I did not think you well enough to travel.
I love Cryle.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Yes, I should have thought of that.
They're gonna run out of
Thank you for coming,
notches
Cryle.
soon. The burner's
We
almost
would
so high.
welcome your
Truly.
insight.
I don't know about that. I feel like, I don't know.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
Me,
That
I wasn't
particular
there.
pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault, but I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
Shadowbringers has been my favorite expansion, so by far. But I've not seen the last one. Okay.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone.
I think a lot of people's favorite is Shadowbringers as well.
A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
I won't speak it to anyone.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone.
For me, Shadowbringers had the best patch and Endwalker had the best base. Endwalker for me, and is that the newest one? Or is that the one after Shadowbringers? Because there's 3 more I have to get through, right? It's been really good for me, Shadowbringers. Let's go, Alan. Dawn Trail is the newest, okay. The one after Shadowbringers. So I have Shadowbringers, Endwalker, then Dawn Trail.
All 3 are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
Correct.
If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place...
Endwalker was good, but the story from Shadowbringers was the one that got me the most. Okay.
Then
So,
it may be possible to
I might
follow
be
the trail it leaves
crying.
behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
This era, it seems.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So, I suggest we pay her a visit.
Well, I've just liked this game on more, so I can just see me just getting more hooked. Had a cry counter? Wait, that was for Shadowbringers? Oh gosh. Mal. Oh gosh. How is Bunny so pretty? I don't know, man. She's just so pretty. Oh, guys. Okay. So, I think on that note, we are going to end stream here. No, for the whole game, but they added about 50 check marks. Oh my gosh. That's... I feel like I've only teared up once, if I'm completely honest. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But thank you guys for being here. I greatly appreciate it. We are gonna raid into Farah. They are playing Infinity Nikki, which I love that game. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to be live again this Wednesday, probably around 7:30 Eastern time, so I can get a little workout in again before, because I feel like it's worked great. So we shall it's just Raidgate, yeah, I'll see you guys then. Kate, thank you for being here. Beth, Escal, Wifey, Alan, Erica, anyone else who is still here lurking, I appreciate you guys so much. Miggy, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye guys. Mwah.